holds a world record in the marathon, is considered one of the greatest long distance runners to have ever lived ever, and he's Ethiopian. So we thought we had a great idea, talked to our team in Ethiopia and our community, our country representative who never does this kind of thing, making these connections because he's focused on programs. Like, this is awesome, I'm going to get him. So now he confirmed last week to be on board to run 40 kilometers and have them sponsored so he can be a part of this campaign. And then through that, the most famous Ethiopian female runner decided to join. And then on our side, we just wrote an email last week to Donovan Bailey, and he's, the information, his personal assistant said he would be extremely interested in this, but he's out of the country. They'll be in touch. So, like I said, I think the reason why they're on board is because the message is clear, simple, and it's something that's all inclusive, and it's really organic, and it's, like I said, transparent in its goals. So I'll just skip some of these things and then go through, take some risks. And one of the things that I kind of go by is that there are risks and costs to a program of action, but they are far less than the long-range risks and costs of comfortable inaction. So I think that falls in line with how we kind of do things, is just do and trust in other people to take ownership through coaching and through relationship building. Obviously, you can't just say, organize this thing and hope it's going to be awesome, but it takes a lot of relationship building. And through that, in the last 6 months, all these kind of events have been happening that people have created on their own. And for example, Shifted is a conference, I guess you could say, organized by a girl where she's charging $50 a ticket to have 5 speakers tell their intimate personal stories of a challenge that they faced and overcome. And it's people like David Bentel, Daniel Laporte, who's been on Oprah, and they're doing an event here for only 200 people at, actually just down the road at District 319. And 100% of the proceeds that she's raising from this 200 tickets are going to go to Magic Monday, but at the same time she's providing what do we call it, a mutual share exchange of value, which means that yes, they're paying for a ticket, and that and it goes to Magic Monday to build schools, but they're receiving something in return, which is an amazing experience of listening to extremely well reputable people share their stories of success. So through that, I think there's bloggers that have picked it up. I think we might have a couple articles in the Vancouver Sun that they're working on, not just here locally, but it all came naturally because it was created first, and the concept and ideas already been in place. And there's a million other examples, but I won't go into that. And so yeah, I think that really concludes what I have to say.
And that's how we get people involved, is instead of looking at people as volunteers or as people who donate, we look at people in what we call creatributors. And so when people want to do something, we ask them, what are you most passionate about are your goals? And then instead of telling them what we think they should do or what we need them to do, we try and elevate them to a place and support them to a place where they can achieve their goals using what they're best at in the world. And so, like this Shifted idea, she was really excited about it, she wanted to do it, and so we tried to facilitate that happening. And so there's all sorts of different things that happen, and it makes it really accessible to everyone, like everyone from little kids to like grandmothers are involved doing things that come naturally to them, that they get excited about, and because it's their choice and because it's their passion, it has a long-term, it has longevity, basically. So
yeah, it's basically applying that business concept of a returning customer is way more profitable than a one-time customer. I think organizations, personally for me coming from a young guy, is that they treat people like me as a number. And that's the last thing I do. I volunteered for countless organizations that I did it for a month and I quit because I have 2 degrees and I'm a young professional and I have something to give, And whether that, I might not have tons of monetary resources, but I do have passion and I do have connections and I can make something happen. So applying that and realizing that you might not get that $10,000 from that one-time donor, but in the long long run, if I can do something that generates $500 or $600 and that it's something that I created from within my own drive and passion, I guess, then I'll be connected to that organization for who knows how much longer. So that's, and through these things that are being created, it all ties back into how it filters through traditional media and social media, because it's way more interesting to write about somebody who achieved their dream than an organization just running a campaign. So, and then the message gets, I think, told in a more clear, resonating way. Yeah.
Just one other thing I wanted to say is that when we, like Ethiopia is known worldwide for famine and drought and all that sort of stuff, but we decided that, like Jered talked about how we like to have fun and how that's a focus, and it sounds a little bit hokey when we say it out loud, but it's actually like right at the core of what we do. And we have gone completely away from the idea of showing people like children with flies on their faces or telling that side of the story, like it's a reality and we explain it, but we always focus on the hope and on the future and on the transformation of the children and the villages and the parents and stuff. So.
And that filters into like them being, the children in Ethiopia being treated as a long-term, for the lack of a better term, investment than a one-time I'll fix your problems for a $30 donation. It's saying that like through communicating a message of hope and possibility. I think that's way more exciting than seeing an image of a starving kid and then giving $30. I want to know that if what I contribute to, that I can see what happens, and that I'm a part of it just as much as anybody else. So I think just communicating a message of hope and possibility while still communicating like the realities is important. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much to both of you. I am definitely